Grant, could you tell us what are modular buildings and what does that mean for the investor?
Modular it's a really interesting word because it covers such a wide spectrum. And we when clients ask us about modular, we try and sort of re-educate them and say, well, don't think of it as being modular, think of it as being off-site fabrication.
Okay.
Because that sort of opens more doors. So at the very, I should say, futuristic end of it, pods are delivered, clipped together, and there's your house. Boom. I remember one on Tomorrow's World years ago where it came on a flatbed lorry and you put a key in and you turned it that way, and one movement, and you turned that key and that came up, and then you turned a different key and that came up, and that sort of idea of it's a module that's delivered. But when you think of fast construction methods or offsite fabrication, one of the things that we're really excited about at the moment, although there's two products, there's what's called a SIP. A SIP system, structural insulated panel, and if you imagine it's a big chunk of insulation, solid foam insulation with two bits of wood glued together, and that forms your structural wall and your thermal issue. It's really cool stuff. It's been around for a few years, but it's like everything, the market's catching up with demand. And then there's another product which we're dying to use, we haven't had a chance to use it yet, and in essence it's big polystyrene Lego blocks. And you clip these all together on site, and then you pour concrete into it.
Wow!
Yeah, it's proper cool stuff. It's popular in continental Europe.
I was going to say, I think I saw something similar in Silicon Valley when I looked at the tiny homes and modular stuff there, which was really interesting. I'm a big fan of this type of housing. Obviously, I'm looking at homelessness stuff, so I want to see us whip some of this stuff up, quickly, and we could do masses towards homelessness.
There's one the US military came up with this. It's brilliant ideas for emergency shelter. Where it's a layer of fabric, a layer of cement, and a layer of fabric. You put this out inside, you put a pump into it, it blows it up, you spray it with water, concrete goes hard, and in essence you've built a bunker in hours. And this thing's only supposed to last for 6 months. I think it's a temporary accommodation, but there's examples of them being up for 20 years.
Yeah.
You can bury them in sand, you can bury them in snow.
Churchill's pre-fab.
Exactly, that's what they are. But that sort of technology, a lot of stuff that we use in every common day life comes from the military or comes from NASA and comes from, and it filters through. But modular, you can almost think of it being even we've done in the past projects apartment blocks where the bathroom's a pod that's just plugged in, and that in essence is a modular aspect to it. Yeah. So it can even be something which is quite a part of a bigger build.
Yeah. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. The biggest challenge I think we have here in the UK is that most of our builders are traditional. And
again, it's a culture of change. It's getting people to think a little bit differently.
It is, and because we've pitched the idea of doing SIP panels a few times, and the builders go, I just rather do it in bricks and mortar because it's what I know, because it's what I've been doing for 20 years, and we know how to do it, we know how to price it, and it almost becomes to the point where you start having to educate people and stuff like that. So I think modular, it's cool. In a lot of cases though, we get people who want to do modular and there's no benefit to it. It's just, we'll do it because we can. But yeah, there are great opportunities to use either component modular or full. The SIP panel idea I absolutely love, because it's sort of, you send across your floor plans, they cut them up into big blocks, then these get delivered, and you can go from having sort of sole plate, your foundation in, your base built up, and you just set these on, screw them together, and you've got your walls up. You can be watertight in about 7 or 8 days.
Wow.
That's just awesome,
Yeah.
From just brilliant.
Yeah, I love that too.